All right. Let's. Hello, everybody. For the start, as we get this thing going, I'm just getting all the ducks in a row and getting my glasses a little bit of a wipe. Need to clean off. And yes, if you can hear him, that is Titan in the background. I'm sure he'll be more vocal as we continue throughout the day. Good boy. Let's see. So, happy birthday to Darrington Press today. That's exciting. They actually get to get. I can't believe. I mean, I thought it was longer. I thought they had done this a lot sooner, but I guess it's only a year. But still, their 1 year anniversary. Super cool. Hello there, Purple Tiger. Welcome. And hello, MBLA2350. And Estelle2688, hello to you. Alrighty. Glasses are clean. Alright. Oh, yes, I know. And of course, Titan says hi. As in a way, I know only a Malamute can do it. I'm sure he'll figure out. He's probably trying to think, how am I going to stand up right now? You're okay. But yes, I'm sure he'll make us aware of his struggles until he finds a more comfortable position, as one does. All right. Thank you so much. Estelle268, I love your work. I wasn't aware you did things like this. I'm very excited to watch your process. Yes, I mean, I've not done this frequently. This is the first one where it's going to just be Critical Role fan art in a sense. I've done some live streams for some Draw Your challenges with a few other YouTubers, like Hart and Macus Norman. Norman? Oh man, I'm messing that name up. But you can see them also in a live archive. I did do a live one where we worked with the critters to create the Critical Role cast as critters for the animatics, and through the voting and the guiding of the hands of all the fans, they all turned out to be birds, which was hilarious and fun. And now we have an entire crew of avians ready to be placed into the animatics as the time goes on. And I'm very excited to see if we can actually find ways to maybe get them when the convergence happens. Hello. Oh, well, that, you see that this is now Titan standing and looking at the door. It's one of those where it's just like, I think he's saying outside. I want outside. Oh gosh. But yeah, if you can, I hope you get to check them out. Hi, Phobica. I think it's how you pronounce it. Welcome, Phobica. But let me see if. Just give me one moment to see if I can help the dog. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. Titan is now off and out exploring as he is being taken by my friend and the other half of creations in the Dispel Logic. He's the voice of Scritch. He's now walking him about, seeing if he can do what he needs to do. Onyx asks, what breed is your dog again? Titan is an Alaskan Malamute. He is 12 and a half years old, almost 13. Big, fluffy bear of a canine. Very lovable, adorable, super, super chill, gentle giant. Like, wouldn't say Boo to a goose. He is the most tempered dog I've ever had in my life. I'm very grateful for his just personality and his general like behavior. He's just the best. Absolutely great. Love him so much. Purple Tiger says, by the way, you might see my name as Just Call Me Purple as well. All right. Purple, it's helpful that purple's in both names. Rebecca Patterson, my first time catching a stream from you. Won't be able to stay too long. It is quite late here in Sweden, but excited nonetheless. Oh, well, hello from Sweden. Wow, yeah, that is late. Let's see, you must be like, what, 10 p.m.? Or I suppose if we're going, I don't know if you use military time instead, so that's probably 2,200 hours, I think. But man, or even later too. Oh, I mean, I know the UK is 8 hours ahead because I've got family in the UK, and my friend is from the UK. I know a lot about the UK, so that at least I can do. But the other parts of the European countries, I'm not extremely familiar and confident with it. But yes. The Hair Doctor says, want to hear something funny? In my campaigns, the players got so strong that I don't see a reason to run most combat encounters, instead running social ones or turning combat ones into social. I mean, that's a good way to do it, right? You can have a lot of fun with some of the social encounters out there. Oh, and you're from Poland. Hello from Poland. Wow, this is cool. I actually didn't know I'd get some European people. That's amazing. I'm so happy that you're able to come here for a little bit. Obviously, since you guys can't stick around for too long, let's not delay too much. Let's go ahead and dive into some of what we could do today. So, I do want to give you guys a chance to be able to influence and direct/guide the creations that we do. So, I know there's been a lot of talk recently about Sam and Liam when they had their fireside chat and they released the little tidbit. Well, Sam specifically acknowledged it, but Liam instigated it by proposing the question of talking about Tear and Wick. So I know there's been a lot of Tear and Wick demand from that. I also know that Gus has been extremely well liked too, and I'm so glad people like Gus. Gus is great. I do think he's phenomenal. But again, there's a plethora of the player characters and the NPCs for us to dive into and to kind of play around with. We can sketch out some fun things with them. So let's see. Is there anything that you guys would like to see in particular? Any particular characters you really love, or any ones that maybe need more love, perhaps? We could always play around with some of the pairings or different kinds of alternate creations of them. Like, we could also do them in modern day clothing or settings. We can do I guess a little kind of play around with you can do gender swaps. You could do, I mean, there's so much we can do, so much with art. It's a great thing. You can really play with it. So, but let's look and see what people say as I get this in. 2240, yeah, all right, cool. I wasn't too far. I said 2200-ish, even though I was technically 40 minutes. So I was off by a bit. I should have said 23,000, but that's fine. Wick and Tear, yes. Demon Team Rocket, yeah. Team Prophet, the Tiefling sisters, they were an absolute hoot in that episode. The Bridge Too Far. I'm so glad the combat essentially turned into a absolute slapstick comedy routine with them and the Seekers. It was just so good. The laughter's... I mean, I always appreciate when you can actually get some really good, genuine laughs from the players in the combat, because I know we got some laughs, for instance, with the soldiers. In the one with Casimir, plenty of laughs. Dr. Finger, my God. I mean, that one was just literally going to be a complete slapstick funny. But the Basilisk fight, a little more serious, a little less funny. They were very scared at that point. Similar to how, like, the Seekers were very scared for their final fight. But the Schemers' final fight, oh, they were on edge, but they were laughing the whole way. I mean, that was probably one of the most perfect examples of combat in D&D I could have ever possibly imagined, was the Schemers' big finale, the climactic combat at the end of their arc. And I can't wait to see what happens tomorrow. That Teor cake, yep, as Purple Tiger says, that Teor cake. It's it's so funny how that became a thing. I had no idea that Travis was actually so, I guess, like, indirectly supportive of it, in a sense, because of his character Phenomenon, and for when he was doing the live stream, the charity one with Sam, and he played the game, but he also demonstrated the version of, oh yeah, I gotta twerk it, and just like talking about drop the, oh yeah, because he danced to let me see that pound cake, let me see the pound cake. So he was like, in the jam, so into it. What would I... so, Estelle 2886, or 2688, sorry. What would you say are the hardest characters to draw from Critical Role? I haven't seen a lot of Cadigan fan art. Well, Cadigan isn't too hard to draw. I would say most of them are fairly simple, so they're not too difficult in general. I'm just going to quickly make sure Titan is going to be settled 1 second. Alright, it looks like Titan's all good and happy. Or at least he's content enough to not be needing anything right now. That's good. So we can now focus on this. Let's see. But yeah, otherwise, to continue answering your question, Estelle, I would say that they're all, in terms of their design, they're all fairly the same. The armor and clothing, that's where you get a lot more complex detail. Like Bolaire's asymmetric design, that's a little finicky to try and match and, kind of reference and draw. Similar to the ruffles, Tyranny's dress ruffles. Oh my god. Those things can be a nightmare at times. Even technically Teor's armor. Teor, I think, has the most pieces that he wears on him in general, because most of the others have simpler shapes. Alright, let's see. Just reading up the other questions. Maybe Thimble, because I don't think you did her much in the anime. As MBLA says, I did do quite a few of Thimble. I mean, Thimble has her entire episode dedicated to her from number 3, the one that was titled D's Nuts. She is the main one in that one. I actually don't think there is any of the other NPCs in that one. Yeah, so she's on, and then we see her talking to the Hounds. We also see her a little bit fighting Casimir. And of course, the one with Wick, where she gets healed by Wick, the beacon. May the light reach you. May the beam reach you, that's it. May the beam reach you. she got beamed hard. But yeah. Let's see. I want to see Wolfick and Pin interact. Let's the puppies play. I mean, that is cute. You gotta love those two. There still need to be a Pin plushie. I don't know why they haven't made a Pin plushie yet. There, Doctor. For another funny image, we could see Murray dancing to some dwarven tunes. I mean, we did have that whole "Never Gonna Give You Up" in the dwarvish bagpipes, which, I mean, I can't imagine how that would sound. That would be absolutely like the most intense rickrolling ever. And I hope she does actually get to put the magic mouth to use that way somehow. I know it's a little bit beyond what it's intended for initially, but I mean, they are very much into being able to stretch some of the spells usage, and if it's all for theme and just for fun and flavor, yeah, why not? And put Figment in the mix. Ah, Figment, the little chameleon. Yeah, Demetis is familiar. Amazing. I love the name, by the way. That was like, Brennan picked the perfect name for that little familiar. Yes to more Wolfick and Pin. Nice. Let's see. Makes sense. I can't imagine redrawing all the... Oh, yeah, the details can be... They can tear you apart sometimes, but they're fun if you can get them. All the pets. What did I miss? What's happening, says RM Fox. We are just discussing what to draw next. What to draw up for everyone here, because I'd love to get some input. So we can start sketching out some ideas, depending on if there is a like for something. I think I can go ahead and quickly put a poll up, too. That shouldn't be too hard. Let me start a poll. And go with, you guys can vote and say what to draw next. Let's do Taorwick, because I know it was mentioned, Taorwick. And then the other one we will do Wolfick and Pin. And let's see, what could be another third one that was mentioned? Murray dancing, let's go, Murray dance. All right, we'll start with these three at least. All right, poll is up. So go ahead and guys throw in what you think would be the most fun to see, and we can start sketching some of that up. And once we've got that done, we'll probably have time to do a couple. So we'll see how we go with it, because I won't be going too crazy on the details. We'll go with like a very easy to read sketch, at least like a detailed sketch, and we can get that, like, you know, maximize our output that way. And hello again, W Ice Puppy, and from Quebec City. Very cool. So many people spread around the globe. I love it. Herr Doctor also asked, did we ever see Murray's familiar, or is Marisha not taking it purposefully? That's a good question. I don't know. It's a kind of expected, almost norm for wizards to have Find Familiar. It's a very good spell. I don't think she has one. It's not like she couldn't. I think it'd be great if she actually did, because I don't think you can't necessarily say you're stepping on people too much, because a lot of people have shield. That spell, it's like the spells are too good at times to like not take them. So I do hope that maybe she would feel comfortable in being able to do that. And the fact that I honestly love the fact that they essentially have this whole... There was a question in the fireside where they joked around saying what would be the animal for the schemer's table. And honestly, why not have Murray make a Find Familiar, and she could make it a magpie? She could literally do magpie familiar. Blends in with all the other birds. You wouldn't be able to tell it. Perfect little, like, hiding in plain sight familiar that she could play around with. I mean, it'd be brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And I mean, obviously we have Hal doing Animal Messenger, so he's kind of already kind of getting in the mix with them. So being seen with these, not too unfamiliar. Pun. But yes, let's see. Brennan does play Rule of Cool a lot. He's very open to changing spell effects. Yes, he is, and I appreciate that when the DM is willing to do that. He did stretch Augury a little bit. No, I'm not gonna lie, that was a little bit of a stretch, I think, for its original purpose, but it worked for what it was to help do, essentially. Build up the story, because I know right now it's all gathering information, learning about the world, exploring and discovering lore. It's very important to get all of the groundwork out of the way as quick as you can. So being able to use a tool like that to kind of promote it, or at least give more of it, is, you know, that's good. In the long run, it's a good thing. Onyx Crescent says, this might be a stretch, but have you thought about what character you would make in a fantasy where you were a member of the party at the table? I mean, everyone, I feel like, has done that. It is impossible to not fanfic yourself in one way or another. There are a slew of D&D characters that I have played with throughout my years, and also when you're a DM, you obviously play NPCs too, so there are a ton, and I mean there are plenty of them in the back of my brain, and I feel like it's it's one of those things where, because I have DM brain a lot of the times, I would essentially be going like, what would you need? What's needed right now? How can I help push the story? Sort of thing. So a lot of the times it would basically be, what would be a good NPC to do that? Like, what would they need most? Do they need a guide? Do they need a book nerd? Do they need a healer? It's like, are they really like getting hurt a lot? Do they need a medic? It's kind of that's where my brain would go all the time, and so it would just Rolodex through the plethora that's just been buried in the back of the brain. I have a few that are like default fun characters, but I'll probably play around and show more of them as time goes on. But we'll see, because I know there's a lot of time to plan ahead, so we'll figure out what's going to happen, especially when Critical Role goes on their tour, and that'll be fun. I'm a big fan of the rule of cool, says Estelle. The rules are always a suggestion. The idea to have fun, but have structure. Yeah, structure, very good, and as long as fun can be king, it's great. W. Vince Puppy. Not all wizards have familiars. I like having them when I multiclass, personally. Me too. I love picking them for multiclasses. They are so helpful. I still remember making a human paladin who essentially took the magic initiate as his free feat for the variant, and took Find Familiar. I took it because I was like, I want him to have a little Find Familiar. I think it'd be adorable, and he would just have this little a little bird that he would that would live in his armor. Because I mean, if you've seen those like little shorts or memes where it's like bird into the shirt kind of thing, it's like bird into the armor. It would stay protected inside the plate the whole time, but whenever he needed it to pop out, boop, pop right out, and off it would go. RM Fox, what is the deal with Tear and Wick? I never saw this as a ship, and it feels like it's the most popular in the community. Well, I mean, considering they had mentioned it at the Fireside Chat, I think 2 weeks ago, that became a big rekindling. Like, it blew it up again. So there's this now huge resurfacing and focus on that now because of it. But I think it all happened essentially from episode 2, which was the one that was done on the channel for the animatic, where Teor rolled a nat 20 for lifting a crate off a guy's leg and healing it with lay on hands. The fact, because Travis basically said, you know, here's me standing, whipping my mane about post nat 20, and it's just like, yep. He was just like, I'm bringing in the sexy. He did a sexy snort in the thing too, and Sam and obviously Whitney both basically played off as a whoa moment for him. And ever since that moment, that kicked it off. That essentially was the starting point, and there's been no turning back since. Let's see, Max Puppy said, I'll leave this up for one more minute, and then I'll close off the votes, because I think we pretty much have most of the people voting here. It's Puppy Magpie Familiar for Murray also makes sense because she has the whole shiny gems things, and magpies have a reputation for really liking shinies. I love it. That is another way to give even more reason for it to be a magpie. That's perfect. Hair Doctor, Animal Messenger always reminds me of combo with Polymorph to send someone basically out of the campaign. I mean, yeah, that's interesting and kind of fun. Yeah, it'd be a cool little way to adapt it. Estelle says, to me, I really saw Teor and Wick when they were in the basement, and Teor sort of did that thing where he said, I would protect you because of my oath, because Wick saved his life. Yeah. I mean, when he also pledged himself at that point, he was very much doing the noble kind of soldier knight honor sentiment, that kind of value system that's extremely like devoted to him, because I'm sure, again, Paladin Oaths holds true to it, source of power, so he's definitely playing into that for sure. And I mean, also, Liam, I think, made the joke when he was chained up down there with the 9-star pentagram thingy down there, which I don't know if you wouldn't call it a pentagram at that point, because it's 9, so it'd be an nentagram, noctagram. Well, it'd be whatever the shape is. 9-pointed stars are called, Google says, nonogram. Ah, I like that. A nonogram. He was suspended over a nonogram. Feels like it's like saying it's not really a gram at all. All right, so let's go ahead and close off to see what we have as we end the poll. Total is Wolfick and Pin. Wolfick and Pin have won at 51%. All right. So there we have it. I'm gonna have to go ahead and not let my chair lean back like that. Okay, there we go. open up my references. YouTube Critical Role, art references. There's Wolfick. All right, great. Got a Wolfick there for me to look at. Just to remember, because again, every design is asymmetrical, so it's like, I gotta remember which foot's the ghost foot. All right. And as Puppy says, W. Bice Puppy says, I play a ranger druid who uses their familiar from druid to cure wounds at a distance. Since it's a touch spell, absolutely. That is the main reason why I liked it for other classes, is being able to cast at a distance like that. It's so helpful. All right, let's quickly give this file a name so I can just save it as and have it good to go. Save and forget, essentially. All right, live stream sketches. Stream sketches. Critical Role. All right, let's play with some Wolfick and Pin. I'm kind of imagining we've got like a double, like Papa Puppy and Baby Puppy, like the whole, like, the two doing the the playful like pose where it's, like first half is down to the ground, other half is up in the air, tail wagging, that kind of thing, and then getting the mimic of that. All right, as we just go ahead and start getting the two of them. I'm kind of imagining, for some reason, just because of like how oblivious Pin is to things, I'm gonna have maybe like Pin's button eye fall down and land over here, and then we're just gonna have Wolfick's head looking at that with the inquisitive dog head tilt as he's like, what? What? Give him like a kind of like a, huh? It's like we were playing and then suddenly you lost an eye? How'd that happen? Alright. Yeah, not a gram, Ixie. Not a gram. Let's see. Air Doctor. I basically try to play either a cleric or an artificer since they are my favorite classes. However, I'd like to try and expand my class selection. There are some great faves. Wizard has probably been one of my most default fave, but there are absolutely so many classes that you could have fun with, and I am definitely in favor of being able to find ways to explore and play with as many new things that you've never tried before. And I think with the 5.5 edition, they've added a lot more enjoyment with the customization. Being able to, for instance, use origin backgrounds as a way to gather origin feats, I think that's brilliant. That to me was one of my favorite decisions, because you can now actually combo up a lot of like interesting starts for your character. Because I know the variant for human, getting that free feat in the beginning is very tempting for most people to start with the mixing and the different like combos you can come up with. So I definitely feel like being able to now do that with the backgrounds has opened up a lot more opportunities for people to try different species/races, and I think that's a great thing to get more diversity. Because every time I play D&D, the number one most common thing is human. People, I mean, it's safe, it's easy, and it obviously has a lot of mechanical bonuses. And I'm all for people picking what feels fun, but it's very easy to understand and for many to fall into the whole pick something that's optimum, because it's really good to be like powerful. People like to have use and value, and they feel like they're being the most they can be if they optimize. It's gonna be so cute. Yeah, I hope so. Air Doctor, remember, foxes are cat software on dog's hardware. That's an interesting comparison. I like that. Cat software on dog hardware. That's good. That's very good. I also still want to know the story about Wolfric's paw, like why it's like that. I mean, we need to have. There's a lot of lore that we need to have more knowledge about. That the cast has been. I don't know if the word is either reluctant or they've just been toying with us on being able to actually share some of the cool backgrounds and class features. I really want to see character sheets. I want to know what their proficiencies are. I want to know what their skills and their spell selections. I want to know it all. It's just kind of fun to be able to almost parallel see what they're doing or what they're thinking of doing. It's kind of like seeing behind the scenes, and I've always enjoyed looking at how stuff is made. So to me, it's like being able to peek, and I love it. I want more of these insight or info or the secret behind the sauce. On Tailgate yesterday, says Estelle, Luis was asked what his subclass is, but he said he wasn't ready to share. Do you have any? You see, that's exactly what I'm referring to. That is exactly what I'm referring to. Is the fact that he basically was like, I think people might know, but I won't actually admit to it. And I'm just like, fine, okay, fine. I guess there's like a rule that says you can't, but also at the same time, like, if you pull it out on us that you're not what we think you are, I'm going to be a little like, But I definitely have the strong sneaking suspicion that he is a draconic bloodline. Before I answer that real quick, I did see someone says, what's your favorite kind of drawing music? And to me, it is... Well, we'll get into that. That's from Vice Puppy. I'll get into it in just a second. So... When it comes to Draconic Sorcerer, the reason specifically was a couple things. The first one was when he was going into the sewers just beforehand. They talked to the Fey creature, the little fawn mixture one with the tarot cards. And when she pulled out a creature that was a dragon wrapped around a world tree, Brennan specifically went to Azune / Luis and said, what does this make you feel or think? It's like, you don't ask a question like that unless there was a purpose, and you kind of want to imagine that there is this, like, I'm building up a moment for your character to look at a dragon and go, huh, and have like this instinctive or this little feel for it. And basically, because of it, it was like, that was my first going, I think that's what it is. And I was very confident that I essentially made Azune / Luis in the next animatic when they went to the 7 stars and they had their ass stake. I made his familiar, like his critter form at that point. I made it a pseudo dragon because I was like, I really think he's a draconic blood sorcerer. And then later on when he leveled up, and we saw his hit point total when he first initially announced it. On the level up, he said, I'm now at 38 hit points, because when he rolled, he added 5 to his 33, I think it was, and then he basically said that's his number. But then later on, we saw that his hit point total was like 41, I think, or something like that. But the point being is that there was an absolute noticeable difference between the hit die, and those 3 hit points can only be achieved if you become a draconic sorcerer at level 3, because one of the things that they gave them for their subclass was the ability to have more hit points. Initially, it was you would have 1 additional hit point as you started it back in the 5e, because you were at level 1, that's when you got it, but because they had to push all subclasses to 3rd level, they made up for it by saying once you reach 3rd level or 3rd level in that class, you get 3, boom, instant hit points. Those 3 instant hit points, that to me is like, hey, big indicator right there. Math don't lie at that point. But the other one, of course, is the Alter Self spell, specifically because that is one of the default this spell when you become a Draconic Bloodline Sorcerer. It is 100% their, like, innate spell. They don't have to choose to have his, like, his spell choice be limited. Because he said specifically how he was looking at the second level spells, and he was like, I like the mirror image idea, making me harder to hit. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. You're a melee caster, you've got a lot of, I'm in the front line, you're wearing plate armor, making it harder to hit you. Totally. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. And when he specifically mentioned that, it's like, if he took that as his sorcerer, my plus spell, then there's no way he would have chosen Alter Self. Because he wouldn't, like, waste his decision on that spell. Because that spell is more utility-based, and you can use it in combat by using natural weapons. But with him using his Warhammer, and having especially those combos of knocking back with Booming Blade and the Weapon Master, there's no way he would... he's too savvy of a D&D player to do that. He would not sacrifice that combo for an Alter Self second-level spell... thingy, but being given to it as a free spell, sure, absolutely. And the fact that it's kind of, again, denoted as a part of the class, it's not like you pick it, you just get it, makes a lot of sense that he ties it in with, like, I cast the spell without realizing it, because sorcerers are just born with magic, and it makes a lot of sense that he goes that way. So as to the question of music, the music can change a lot of the times, because I will be sometimes stuck in a single piece of music that I've listened to, and I will be listening to it like over and over and over and over and over on loop. So a lot of the times, if I'm actually listening to something while I'm drawing, I'm listening to the same thing on repeat for like an hour plus. So if you recall... speaking of Azune and the Alter Self one, that's when he came up with his playlist, and so I started listening to his playlist to kind of help me get a better picture and a feel for how his character was, and that was when I was listening to the Stay Alive was the one that was eventually picked as the one for the to accompany the animatic. But the music I listened to, I think, the most in his playlist was the last one, and that was from oh my god, I can't remember his name. It's his guy, it's his partner, his dude. Because of the B. The name of the piece is Lullaby. Oh dang it! Oh shit! Hold on. Hold on, I don't want to say it's blurred or something like that, but it's a very, I want to say it's a simple Baywud. It's Baywud, Baywud. His piece was being played on repeat a lot. We got there. Given the lightning on his art, thought he was a storm sorcerer. Initially, there's a lot with that, or wild magic. There was a great theory around it too. People are now wondering, is the lightning and the fire his way of allowing it to wiggle around, saying it could be a draconic ancestry of bronze, or maybe red, or even gold. Anything that uses fire versus lightning for their breath weapons, as a way to kind of, play around with it, but not be too stuck. Because like I said, he's used lightning and fire. And the fact that he also then used Flaming Sphere, it's just like, ooh, we are really getting into the fire. So it's like, who knows? Let's see. Hey, Nott's background in Campaign 2 didn't get revealed until 48. We could be... Oh my god, that one took a while. And man, Sam dropped so many hints, didn't he? Like the fear of water, and how that became like a really big reveal at the end as to why that happened. And you're like, legit, that is 100% a very valid reason to be afraid of the water. And I mean, it was a detriment at the party sometimes, where he would just be like, don't want to go, but then eventually would go. But I loved that, like those kind of moments where a player has like a time where they're going to not be able to do something because their character wouldn't do it, and it's like there's a good reason why this character would not want to do it. But it was great. Let's see, the Air Doctor. I feel like Wolfrick's paw was injured beyond saving when Cadigan met him, probably to a trap, and then he got a new paw from druids. Possibly. I mean, there's always been like this kind of question where it's like, is Wolfrick part Cadigan? Is Cadigan part Wolfrick? Is one maybe a human? Did he do like a version of what the druids did to the Hounds? Is there someone who was reincarnated and is now as a wolf? But because done by him or because something got miffed up, it's not the same. I mean, that was when the Hounds got introduced. Now it's just like, oh, now there's even more chances for, what could Wolfrick and Cadigan be? What the heck is the story? There's a lot. There's a lot to unpack with those two. And again, more mysteries that we need to get the answers to. I swear, I could literally have an entire conversation stream of just theory crafting the hell out of what is behind everyone's decisions. What are they doing? Why is this? What facts can we put together? What whiteboard can we create that shows point A, B, C, D, and connect the dots? And then we're like, the conspiracy. Embody Murray, and be those like, no, it can't be, but it is. Let's see. Pocket Change. Hey, Pocket Change. Hi. By the way, Pocket Change does amazing animatics too. I saw their recent one where they did Murray running up late, but early, but still late for her, and getting the mask before going in. And that was part 1, wasn't it? So we're going to see a part 2? Are we actually going to see more of Murray in the actual fight? Are we going to see like your version of that? I would love it. I would so love to see more of that entire combat being played out, because that was so good. I love it. I love seeing animations and animatics from everyone. It's so great. Best thing about art is that you can never get enough of it. I feel like there is no such thing as too much art. Getting all the different perspectives of people and how they imagine things and their view. It's great. It's so good. I love getting to have my mind blown by like something that I'm like, I never thought of that, and then they basically like go, but look at it this way, and you're like, wow, that's so cool. Look at those colors. Look at that angle. Look at that dynamic action. Oh man. And I'll tell you, there are some great artists out there and some great animatics. So many good ones. Someday they're just gonna drop the whole textbook Robbie wrote for Cat. Yeah, right. Yeah, that was the thing when he said that I have written like a textbook. It's like, oh, and we're gonna see it when? I would like to know. Can we get it? Sneak peek it? Give it all? Because I mean, that's the other thing too. Is I don't think we wouldn't hold them to it too. If someone just said, this is what I was thinking of, but things have changed, or they basically say, but this is just like a rough draft, I'm fine with that. And if they wanted to change it up and say, oh yeah, it was originally this, but we wanted to change it to this, I'm like, that's fine. I'm not going to hold you to your first draft as canon. If you needed to change it for something else, then that's fine. You change it. But still, I want to know. Show me it. Tell me. Give me the deets. Let's see. Next one. Voyager 2K. Robbie seems to be playing it really close to the vest about Cadigan's. Yeah, very close. Oh, so many of them are just like, I want more. I don't. My brain went to the Little Mermaid, where she was just going, but who cares? No big deal. I want more. It's just like, yeah. I imagined it was instead like, some of the critters are doing the whole, but who cares? No big deal. Then I push and shove them to the side and go, I want more. It's just like different ways to take that line. All right. There we go. Ooh, and there is also the dragon watching over here. Oh, okay, yes, exactly. So DBBL 007. I 100% believe it is a dragon, but Brennan made sure to leave the description vague. He just said like a large face. Like he just says something laughs at you, and it's like, could be a giant, could be a large monstrosity, could be an old god echo, or it could be like a ton of things essentially, and it's just like, you keeping it vague on purpose for us all, damn you. But I believed it was dragon, and obviously it would fit as dragon. It makes sense if that was a dragon in his dreams. I generally forgot that moment with the fawn. Yeah, that one clicked into me. Couldn't forget it. The Air Doctor. In the new edition, Draconic Sorcerers also get AC equal to 10 plus Charisma and Dex modifiers. So that might be something he wants to do. It is a curious thing, yes, because it is optimal for him if he ever has to take off his armor and Brennan attacks them in ambush when they're basically unarmed. Because that has been a thing before in D&D where a DM who really wants to make something scary, you attack them when they don't have their armor on. That's the best way to freak out a fighter. And him being able to have that as like a guaranteed AC of like that would be what he'd have. I think he has like a 3 charisma and like maybe 1 or 2 dex, so he'd at least have a 14-15 AC, I think, or something like that, plus his shield. Then that could turn it into a 17. That's great. I mean, that's brilliant. So yeah, lots of perks to go for that one. Lots of perks. Let's see. Forever Pluie. I'm just so mesmerized by the line art. You make it look so easy when it's really not. Thank you. I mean, this is just sketches. This is just literally a what you would call like rough lining. So I would say it's a lot easier to play around with that, because if you don't care about the mess, you can just really let the lines go, and you can play around a lot more easily. And so that helps a lot. But a lot of it is just being able to break it down into simple shapes. Like just looking at the references off to the side and going, okay, that's a square, that's a circle, that's a square, that's a square. There's a lot of squares. But yeah, but I'm thank you. I'm glad you like it. It's a lot of fun, but it took a while to get there. I will say it's definitely a thing that with practice and time you get a lot of reward for it. And I definitely encourage a lot of people to try it if you can. And you don't have to do any kind of realistic styles. You can do a ton of crazy art that's just like, I see some chibi art that I think is phenomenal. I can't do chibi. I try, and if I'm copying like if there's a reference where it's like draw it to look like this person's style in chibi, sure. I can look at a reference, I can break it down, I can analyze it, put it to its basic parts and copy it that way, but creating it from my own, like, creation of imagination, now, because they don't use normal proportions, and I've studied mainly what you would call realistic proportions. So if there's more or less a kind of realism to it, I can play around with it. But once you start really stretching it into some unique shapes, and some like exaggerated simple like caricatures and chibis, that's a lot harder for me. It's a lot harder for me to get. Let's see. Yeah, you made it to... Yay! Welcome to the stream, Bishop. Corva. Corva, yes. Bishop Corva. Bice Puppy. I can tell you've drawn animals a lot than possibly... Well, thank you. I mean, I'm trying to break them down into... You can see them as, like, cubes. I literally just break it down into a cube, and then I round it out. And that's it. I watched Lycan Hart. She is another artist on YouTube. Brilliant. She's done amazing work, and I've used a lot of like her streams when I've watched them as like a way to help me analyze how she does them too. She does amazing work with her characters, from Hidalgo to Cedric to there's a whole crew. If you guys have ever seen Lycan Hart stuff, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, I would recommend checking her stuff out. She does some really great pieces. You can probably see her on Twitter /X and on YouTube. She was in the most recent live stream we did with the Zelda. I've done a few live streams with her before, which are a blast. And yeah, I would say she also is a great reference. Like she knows her stuff when it comes to that. Great artist. Let's see. Would like to ruffle the wolf chows. Yes. The paw and facial proportions are about spot on, as if, oops, I can talk because I can't draw a stick figure using a ruler and groovy craft paper. I mean, yeah, one thing I like about digital is that I can edit so many things, because I'm sure there are certain ratios that I would love to change up, and certain, like, placements. Like, being able to just, like, shimmy and transform. Like, for instance, like, I'm looking at the back leg and going, maybe I want you to be a little bigger and a little more pushed out to the side, and I'm like going, yeah, I can do that. I can make you a little bigger, and it works for me. I'm like, yeah, there we go. So, but yeah. Let's just do that little whoa expression. As he looks at the button that has fallen off of Pin's eye. Just like, should I be worried? Should I be worried? I think I should be worried. I don't know. Look back at Cadigan. Cadigan, should I be worried? The other thing that was interesting, I remember in the overture, they talked about how Wolfick and Pin greeted each other as if they had already met. So it was like, oh, so there was like a session 0 or something where they kind of have already been like pals, or they've said hello, or what secret is there? I say this as an animal artist as well, though my thing is birds are great. Love birds. I think bird humor is phenomenal. Makes me laugh every time. Air Doctor. Speaking of Beastmaster Rangers, for a COS. Oh, I should know that, shouldn't I? Curse of Strahd. That's what it is. Curse of Strahd campaign. That didn't work out in the end. I plan to do a Furbog Beastmaster with a dog companion. Like it. Yes, this is Shaggy and Scooby-Doo. Nice. Yes. Do it. Do it. Gotta love adding a bit of fun to Curse of Strahd. Yes, absolutely. Do it. 100%. I mean, I remember Legend of Evantris with Wygor. You know, it's like, add the comedy. If you can do it, add that comedy. Just remember all the things. Just like, the Master. He doesn't tell me anything. may I have one Cinetwist, Master, please? One Cinetwist for Wygor. Let's see. Freaked out a player group by having 2 werewolves come through the wall and roof respectively instead of the door that had been rattling and pounded on. Ah, very good. Very good. Distraction right there. Do the whole like, oh, it's here. I'm behind you. Ah! Gotta love those moments. Alright, let's see. Man, I hope I could play that character sometime in the future. So should. I hope you can. Sub to her. Oh, sub to her. Brilliant. Thank you, Bishop. That's amazing. I hope you appreciate. I hope you like a lot of what she does. She is a great artist. So many things that she's created, and she's got an amazing little canine familiar kind of thing. She's got a character called Chuppy, and he's a chupacabra. Absolutely adorable. Chuppy is great. If you guys have not seen Chuppy, you should check out Chuppy. Super cool design. Love it. Let me see. Next on, I think was Brooklyn Nine-Nine, or Brooklyn 9. Oh, it's Brooklyn Ninnies. It's Brooklyn Ninnies. Okay, my my brain was like, separate the ends, put the end. Ah, there it is. I'm so glad I managed to catch one of your streams. I just sat down to draw Sir Julian for like the fifth time. Brilliant. I love it. I love more art for Critical Role. That's phenomenal. Yeah. Do it. Do it. Do it. Let's see when the sun's in. Forever Pluie says, I feel like this is a really hard perspective too, but obviously you're very practiced and have a great eye. Thank you. Haha, sorry if you don't want to keep talking about this, but that's super, super impressive. Well, no, that's thank you. It's very nice of you to say. And like I said, practice definitely helps. But a lot of the times it's just breaking it down into simple shapes. Just basically going, what's a simple shape? I mean, I know they don't look like shapes here. They just look like lines, but I'm obviously going like, there's a cylinder here, there's a rectangle here, kind of thing. The bean is the only thing in the body that I think for animals is just a kind of the one big organic shape. But then once I've got like the structures down, I can then just play around with them and really kind of give a kind of a smoother blending of them. Let's see. The Air Doctor, you don't exist to please everyone. You exist to spite God. Yes. Hidalgo the Kobold. Yeah, Hidalgo. Great character. Forever Pluie says, what's your favorite C4 hair to draw? Taisha and Julian are both glorious to me. Ooh, okay, now you see, for me, it's one of those things where it's like, in terms of drawing, it's the question of which one is the most difficult to figure out. I was still learning how to try and draw Taisha's hair for a while. Like, initially, I was having trouble. I was trying to figure out, how do I make this get the right look for it without it looking fake, or because I had to try and simplify it for the animatics, and the first time I did it, I was like, oh no. But then it got a little easier, and it got a little better, and I'm like, okay, no. I was like, I'm liking this more, but it definitely was like a learning experience. I'd never actually drawn that kind of hairstyle. But it was interesting. I think for me, oh gosh, I mean, Taylor's mane is massive. Just that thing is just one big hair piece all over the place. So it's like, oh god. Belair, almost the same. Belair and Taylor both have like big poof hair, with along with Taisha, where it's like poof. Julian was like, and that's the other thing too. I was trying to make it so that their hair was not identical to the other. Like, even though Julian, Belair, and Taisha have volumes of hair, big volumes, they're each slightly different. Like, one's more locks and curls, one's like more tightly like bunched and pushed, and the other one's a little bit more heavy, and it's like falling like water in a cascade. So it was interesting to try and figure out what each was. And also, I think Belair's, I don't know for sure, but I feel like his is a wig. I hope it's a wig. That he didn't just scalp someone and it's just walking around with their scalp. But in terms of like that, it's like, obviously it has to be not, it's not the original inhabitant's hair, because he obviously is taking it and applying it every time he changes. So clearly that to me means that it's definitely different. So it doesn't act like normal hair. It's got to have I would call wig-like properties to it. So that was also like trying to think about that and going, how can I make this feel wiggy without being too wiggy? I want him to have gotten this from the wig box and not the extra wig box, if you guys know what I'm referring to. Bishop Torva says, I love the Majora mask pick you did yesterday for Lycan's Heart stream. Yes, that was a lot of fun, doing the Skull Kid and having, I think that was Estelle here. I think if they're still in the chat, they were the ones, I believe, who recommended the Skull Kid, and from their recommendation, we got the creation. And I'm so glad they did. I mean, it turned out really, really well. I was very happy with that, and the fact that it was also with learning that each Zelda series has a manga, and I'm like, wow, I didn't know that. I'm all for it. I love it, and now I gotta find ways to maybe look at more manga for it. And that's what inspired it to be, that kind of black and white, closer to a manga style piece that you'd see in a book. That's why it's black and white. And I thought it was so cool to learn these things, and also just sharing stories about when you first played the games, or learning about the different stuff. Art, it's great. Shooting the breeze, a lot of fun. Yes, I must away. Says Bergenberries. Great quote. My Curse Rod character was dreadfully serious and tragic in his own way, says Bice Puppy. Infernal Pact Fallen Asimar, dead parents, monster hunter kind of a guy with a fallen angel sealed inside of him. Yeah, that seems like a very good fit for a Curse of Strahd campaign, I actually think. Yeah, good choice for it. Alright. Bishop, I'm waiting the next chapter of the latest little story she has going, Something Sands. It's a fantastic little storyline going. Nice. Good. Brooklyn Ninnies says, Julian stole my soul immediately, despite being the actual worst. I've been drawing him and Belair non-stop. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. Did you... unless it was you, but did you see the art of Belair and Hal that was premiered on Tailgate with the sword stab? Man, that was such a cool style for Belair and for Hal. But I think Belair was like, ooh, wow, we're really kicking it up for Belair there. But yeah, Julian, amazing, and I'm still blown away at how Matt was just like, Brennan's going, we're now going to put you in your 13-year-old self, and he's like, okay, 13-year-old Julian, got it, boom, go. And he's just like, didn't trip him up one bit. He was just like in it. Off he went to the races. Gotta love that. That is Matt and his absolute elite skills to the max. Air Doctor, another funny story I have is the time I stole a boss kill from players as a no-named guard. Oh, the players brought the boss low, and this guard just happened to get the final shot. Well, buy that guard a drink. I feel like that's kind of like a funny moment where you could literally just go like, you're an honorary party member, and then you bring him on the next adventure, and then something terrible happens, and he goes, I'm never going on this adventure again. It's like, oh, well, easy come, easy go. But that's fun. That's so fun. And thus Bogdan the human guard because became a staple of that group. So there you go. You became a staple. Perfect. You see that's... There's no way you could have predicted that kind of thing to happen, and that's one of the best things about D&D is the fact that you could literally have just the most crazy things and encounters happen, and you're just like, and now it's canon. All right. Okay, I think we have our quick sketch of these two, of Wolfick and Pin. Just a quick little, like, let's play together. Oh, wait. We need to get the sewing kit. Get it now. All right. So let's see. By the way, so now that we have this and we have time, I think for one more, let's see if you guys have any ideas, if you like anything from the NPCs to PCs, alternate versions of things. Again, we talked about some of these where it's like you have Taylor and Wick, you've got variations of that. You've also got modern day dress for people. You've got a slew of Brennan's crazy NPCs from Gus to Demidus to Cormorant. I mean, there's a lot. There's so much we can all do. We can also tackle characters that we haven't seen, but throw up some ideas. Let me see what you guys like. If I see quite a few of them tagged together, a lot of people liking them, I'll create a little poll, and then we'll do some votes, and we'll pick something from the list. But while you guys do that, and while you gather up your thoughts, I'll start reading some of the other things that were typed in here. Astro Panda says, I think he mentioned that his hair was a wig after the mask transfer scene in 23-22. Yeah, you see, there you go. It makes sense. Absolutely makes sense. That I also still remember that moment when he was in I think it was the Halloween episode when he did his dark, like, accidental body swap without realizing it. The extra wig box. Ugh, best place to put stuff. Yep, that's right, Estelle. That's right. The lice box. Exactly, Air Doctor. The lice box. My Pathfinder group has an inside joke that our healer gets to kill steal all the bosses with her crossbow. It's happened several times. Well, that's a way to kind of still be a healer. It's like, hey, you get the killing blow, you know? Heal us and get the killing blow. It's a wig. He mentioned it's a wig. Perfect. Great. Thank you, Hallie Rush. Bishop Corva. Would you be able and willing to make a digital or real print of it to offer? It's high time I put pictures on my walls instead of leaving them bare. Print to offer what? What exactly? Digital for real? I'm not sure which thing we're referring to. To the Air Doctor. Oh god damn it! The ads the YouTube is playing is 2 times louder than the stream. Oh no! Oh no! My mic isn't strong enough. Oh no! Oh, I'm sorry. Oh no! It's like turning me up and then just getting blasted with like, hello. Have you thought about this? Would you like to buy this? My god. Sorry. I'm sorry. Brooklyn Indies, I haven't watched Tailgate yet, but it's on my to-do list. Oh, I mean, yeah, there's some stuff, and hey, it's got a promo going where you get a free month of Beacon if you use the promo code from the Tailgate stream. I'm not going to spoil it, but there's some mentions for it, and they deliver later on. Rebecca Patterson says they look adorable. Thank you. I think they do too. I like the two. They're fun. Forever Bluey, this turned out so cute. Thank you. I like it too. Good suggestion from the fans to go for it. Vice Puppy, the temptation to ask for hounds is high, but you already drew some dogs. ... Again, if the people really like it, then we'll do it. Gus and Murray could be fun. Thank you, Keons. That's Keons 5320. I don't know if I should I be saying the numbers. I feel like the numbers are just like a way to kind of let your name exist, because sometimes there's copies of the same name sort of thing. Is it okay to not say the number codes that come after? Is that like an okay etiquette to do when it comes to reading out chat questions? Let me know for others who have maybe seen and done things like that. How about a race switch between... I'm sorry, Onyx Crescent says, how about a race switch between human and companion? Like, what would Cat and Octus look like as canines, and what would Pin and Wolfric look like as humans? Wow, gosh, I mean, I'm sure the Pin would be like the most dark goth and like, you know, thing. Wow, I've no, that's crazy. I have no idea. I'd have to really think on that one. Man, that's a trippy little switch. I like it though. It's cool. The Hair Doctor says Gus and Murray rocking out. Bishop Corva, I'm curious about something like what a Afghan Hound Beastman as a pirate, if you feel like drawing it. Beastman as a pirate. Okay. I mean, I don't know if that doesn't sound like a very Critical Role thing. I was referring to Skull Kid drawing it. Oh, I see. I can put the Skull Kid up on the Patreon. The Patreon is free to everyone. You can access it, and if you feel like you want to support the channel, which I'm all for, thank you so much for any support you are willing to give. I really appreciate it. But I can put it up there as a file, and that way it is possible to then be, used there. So that way you can grab it that way. And it should work perfectly. So I can do that. I'll make sure to do that after the stream. Oh, the species swap between master and pets does sound good. Also, do Taisha and her deer... Oh my god. Now there's more. Now there's more. Let's see. Rebecca Patterson says, I need to get to bed, so I will have to watch the rest of the stream later on. Okay, have a good night. Thanks for dropping by. Estelle says, haha, the gate coupon. Yes. Oh, do they really deliver? Oh, yes, they do. They do. On so many levels do they deliver. Oh, look at the doggy, says Real Leaf. Yes, we have the Wolfick and the Pin. One of the tables playing D&D, says Purple Tiger. Dream Nito Dream, says Bishop Corva. Estelle says, Estelle is just fine for me. Okay, Brill. Okay, cool. Thanks. Astro Pandas says, the idea I just thought of was a modern version of Hal writing a script while listening to something. Studying. Oh, man. Can you imagine young Hal going to college and being in theater class and just listening to Shakespeare and having all these, like, different memorabilias on him or little pins or stuff to just like represent. Let's see there, Doctor. From more funny stories, there's also the time I was DMing for new players and they wanted to get a glass bucket so they could harvest acid from a dragonborn's breath weapon and then go to sell it for 25 GP. I guess that's something you could do. Glass bucket. I mean, okay. I'm just kind of going like, if the wooden bucket, like, did the wooden bucket dissolve like in instant, like, blah, oh, there it goes. Kind of that's some powerful acid, man. That's some powerful acid. Oh boy. Oh, hello, Titan. Bishop Corbett says, okay, Critical Role drawings. Haven't really been following that recently, but thanks for the read. Oh, sure, no problem. Yeah, and just because, especially this is the 1 year birthday of Darrington Press, so it's a good way to kind of build up this a little bit before they do their live stream, which will be happening at 4, which is in an hour and 20 minutes. Imagine the Camping 4 characters as contestants in a Game Changer episode. Yeah. Brennan being the host that time, maybe, or do another version of Game Changer. Name that bird. Wouldn't that be hilarious if they did the Game Changer one, and when they asked Brennan to name that bird, instead of actually doing a photo of the bird, they popped up the critter art and just like threw up like Luis, for instance, and just like boom. He's just like, huh? But yeah, Brooklynini says Belair and Demidus might be fun. The Air Doctor, The Last Supper, but it's just Campaign 4 table. My God, that got figure out who to place who where. Ooh. I mean, I feel like you'd have to add some because the traitor was Casimir. Casimir was 100% like he was the Judas in that one. So I don't know if we could give characters if you add him or who'd be Judas and whatnot. I mean, probably anyone who was part of the Torn Banner, the Aussies mercenary group. That would certainly be a last supper for that one, where you had the Aussie in there and like all his buddies. So that'd be like Tayar, Cadigan, Thimble, and stuff. I've seen fan art of that, says Estelle. It's already been done. CR4 as the Last Supper. It has. Okay. I'm just gonna look it up real quick. I just want to see. Oh. I see a photo of one where they have that where it's the actual cast. Let's see. Chill beats to script right too. Yep. Says Heck Your Doctor. RM Fox, Mighty Vibes background for Campaign 4. Yep. Purple Tiger, Campaign 4 playing Daggerheart. Oh yeah, it's good stuff. Wooden Bucket has like 5 HP and it wouldn't make the save. Yeah. And it wouldn't make the save. Taisha as Jesus and the Falconers. The ad. Oh, sorry about the ad. All right, well, I did see a few, so we'll go ahead and we'll start the poll up again. So let's see what to draw next. So we'll go Murray and Gus, Taylor and Wick, owns the King. Alright, what else did someone say? I was trying to remember if I had... Belair and Demidus, that was the other one. This is Belair and Demidus. Okay, alright, we got these four. So we got some pairings. We'll go with Murray and Gus, Tear and Wick, Hounds of the King, Belair and Demidus. Alright, there's our quick poll. Go ahead and vote to see which of these would be the next little sketch to do before we have our Darrington Press birthday celebration stream. Vice Puppy says, I feel like if you want to go classical art, there are other paintings that would work better, like Liberty Leading the People. Yep, that would very much fit with them for sure. It's a very classic piece. I don't. If you guys don't know what they're talking about, it is I think it was from a French painter, but it depicts the French Revolution, where there's a woman who's holding the French flag, raising it over her head as she has a swarm of revolutionaries breaking over the battlements, kind of like, so she's leading the charge. She has one breast out, one torn bit of the dress, just like, whoop, there's a booby, there's the nip. But yeah, that one's that one. Let's see. Onyx Crescent. Hal makes Jesus Christ Superstar out of his story. Oh man, I mean, yeah. If Theozy is risen from after, I'm curious if that's gonna happen. If we're gonna have some like underworld portal ripping open and Theozy comes back, or some other stuff comes back. Ooh. Okay, now you see that's a French name. I'm probably gonna get it wrong, but I'm gonna try. Vice Puppy says it's by Eugene Delacroix. French. I'm always gonna get the French. I can never correctly pronounce French words. I'm always gonna make them bad. It's just I try, but every default brain cell that goes, this is how you say it. It's like, no. Well, what can you do? RM Fox, how do you create characters when you aren't DMing? I usually get inspired by a small random detail and expand to figure out the reasons and result for that detail. Anything from the class to a tattoo. Cool. That's a good way to do it. If I'm not doing it for DM characters, for me, a lot of the times I will listen to see what's the world like, get as much information that the DM's willing to share, see what the other players are potentially playing, and there's anything that they're missing, like let's say if they're really needing a healer, or if they're really needing support, or a DPS, or a frontliner, or whatever, basically, I'll take that into account, and I'll use that to influence my decision. But one of the things that my friend absolutely mentions as like an important thing, which is it's best to think about the character as a whole rather than thinking of the class. Think of like them, what they like, what's their goal, what's their aspiration, feeling like once you know the character to the core, everything can fall into place after it really easily. So that's what I always look for too, is to try and build up that kind of basic understanding, and then from there it can bloom. Just shut the door real quick, just to make sure in case any music was coming through. If you can't speak French, Air Doctor says, do you want to try saying something in Polish? Sure, I can try. My friend actually has a lot of Polish friends when he was in the UK, so I only know a teeny bit, and technically one of my friends here is also Polish. And she has made some words, some of them. So I might be better at pronouncing them than French. But yeah. Crow? Oh, La Crow? Yeah, but it's not like Croy or anything like it. Who knows, Bishop, right? It could be Croy, Crew, Cre, Cra. It's just like, weh. It probably doesn't end in a consonant. I can probably guess that. With most French, it's going to be some vowel. That word means happiness? Oh my god. Hair Doctor typed a word that, as best I can English transcribe it, is SZCZESCIE. Hold on. Sizeski? Or Shizeski? I feel like it catches every time I want to say it. Oh, that's hard. OI in French is pronounced wa, and then you have OUI for oui, and you're like, how? How? How did it do that? I like my languages to follow like a simple format for me. I'm terrible with languages, by the way. This is why I appreciate every person who can speak English. Bless you, bless you, bless you on so many levels for learning what is absolutely a terrible language. I'm sure English is one of the worst to learn because we are insane with our speaking. We do not keep true to our grammar and our syntax. We don't follow the rules of English in sentence structure. We are just a chaotic mess of words, and it makes sense to us. And we break our rules all the time, absolutely. So thank you for learning it, and so we can communicate, because I really appreciate it. I love learning about so many things from across the world, and being able to share a language like that to obviously, start the conversation is the biggest first step. And you take big credits, super credits to all of you, bilinguals. Thank you so much. Air Doctor absolutely butchered it. Oh, I did it. Oh, I butchered it. I'm sorry. Purple Tiger. I just started running my first campaign, and I am starting with Daggerheart. Nice. The captain of the city guard is a modified version of Captain Xandis from... Oh, great, from Campaign 3. There wasn't enough of them. Yep. Hello there, Milagros Oh, good lord. Milagros Borges? Milagros Borgs? Hello. So, pronunciations once more. Onyx Crescent. Why does Polish text look like a cat jumped on the keyboard a lot of the time? Honestly, if you want to ask that question, look at Welsh. Check out some Welsh words, and we'll look at how crazy the cat was on that keyboard that day, because oh my goodness, they not only are they like a weird mix of letters, but they are long, very long words. Yeah, we didn't get enough of them. Yes, exactly, Purple. Yeah. Air Doctor, the English language is the only language with spelling bees, as everything else is too uniformed. There you go. There's no such thing as a spelling bee in other languages? Really? Wow, that's weird. I could have sworn that would be like a universal thing for like kids to have, as you have like a little spelling competition. That's childhood. That's just so basic. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, Vice Puppy says, try Oiseaux. It's pronounced Wazo. How is that Wazo? How is that Oiseaux? Wazo. I'm sure it's more like a Wazo or something. Wazo. But oh man. Oh, that's French. Bishop Corvus says, hey, di Juliette Nuaju onto our... Oh my god, what? What are these words? Hey, did you eat yet? No, did you... Oh, do you want to? Oh, that's the word. Okay, so the translation to them is, hey, do you eat yet? No, did you? Do you want to? All right. So it goes, hey, do you... No, did you? You want to? Okay. When you hear English, I got it. When we're talking to each other, hey, did you eat? No, what did you? Do you want it? Oh yeah. When we slur. Hey, you wouldn't. Okay, I got you. I see what you're doing. Milagros, it's okay. My name isn't the best to pronounce in English. Yeah. Sorry. I'm just. Yep. That's us. That's us English. All right. Wazo sounds like a Pokemon cry. It does. It sounds like Wazo. All right. Let's end the poll and see what we got. It's the French word for bird. That's bird. Wazo is bird. Oh my god. Okay. Alright. Oh, damn, we have a tie. Everything is so close. Guys, what happened? How did the votes get so close? You literally tied it on Hounds of the King and Murray and Gus, and then you like Belair and Demetus are just like bam bam. Okay, all right. I'll do the poll one more time with the top two. Belair and Demdus were very close, but I'll just to kind of help get us to think, because I know we're running out of time, so gotta try to get something in there for you guys. Okay, which two? Murray and Gus, or Hounds of the King? Okay, here we go. One last time. So those who had the Tear and the Wick, I'm sorry, and the Demoduses, I'm sorry, but go ahead and throw your votes and be the deciding factor for the others. You have the power now. You can determine who's gonna win. Our doctor says, I think it has something to do with monks writing down languages. Most paid by words. French paid by letters. Really? French? What? That's so mean. And look at what you did. Look at what has happened. My God. My God. The bird is indeed the word. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Now you're making me imagine if there was a dub in French for, like, Family Guy when it was doing the bird thing, where he's just like, oh, wazo, 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 wazo. Bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word. Wazo, wazo, wazo. Wazo, wazo. You kind of question someone's sanity if they start doing that, I feel like. Toss a coin? I would never lie about birds. Blizzard Inc. Great name. I guess you'll have to do all of it. Oh no, the time to do all. There's only so many hours in the day. I wish I had more time. Onyx Crescent says, I want flying type Pokemon now with Wazo somewhere in the name. Yeah. I'm going to shorten it to Milla because I can at least get Milla, right? Can't decide. Whoa. What name is that? Joao Pedro what? Hold on. Joao Pedro Alves. Joao Pedro Alves? I'm gonna get it wrong. So we're just calling you Joe. I'm sorry. Joe. I just entered and you hit me up with the toughest decision. Jeez. I mean, I feel you. Every day or every week when Critical Role comes up with the scene, it's like, and I have to pick one. It's just, but not gonna lie, my heart will always be with them dogs. Oh, them dogs. Brennan had better not touch those dogs. I swear, they better live. Blizzard Inc. Funniest thing is that the bird and word rhyme in French word. No, they don't. Do they? What's the word for word? Okay. What is the French word for word? And what is it? I mean, I can understand. Romantic languages, obviously, they have a tendency to rhyme because they're built with a very simple, like, basic vowel kind of structuring. So I can totally believe it. But what is it? How do you pronounce it? Mot. Uisu? Wazo isu? I don't know. Oh, God. See, again, guys, another word that we're given is O-I-S-E-A-U. Wisu. I don't know. I'm going to guess it's Wisu. I'm sure I got it wrong because, it's French. Don't bother, it's Portuguese. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Well, you see, that's the other thing, too. The names, a lot of these names, when you don't have, like, capitals to distinguish them, they're just a blur of letters, and I don't know where the first and the second part is. Like, I see Pedro, and I'm like, okay, but I'm like, is it Joao Pedro Alves? but I don't know, is Joao, is that the word? Where do I put my gap in the pronunciation? Joao Pedro Alves, or is it Joao Pedro Alves? Joe a Pedro Alves. Oh, Pedro. So I also blame the YouTube naming system that doing Wazo. Okay, good to know. That's phenomenal. Mo is it? So it's just Mazo. So it's Wazo. Wazo. Mo Wazo. Okay. Oh, that's great. Oh, Jesus. Oh, man. Okay. That's Pin and Wolfric. Yes, that is Pin. That is Wolfric and Pin. They look awesome. Thank you. All right. Let's close out the poll. Let's see what we got as the poll finishes. The drum roll says... Wow, again, very close, but it is Hounds of the King. Wow, jeez. There's very, very little clear, decisive, voting. It's always, skin of the teeth. All right. So let's see if we can get a quick one in. Okay. There's Hounds. There's a lot of Hounds. Let's do one of the ones that came from the Schemers. The recent ones. Okay, his name was let's see. It was Sir because of an M. Hounds of the King. Wiki, don't fail me now. Tell me the names. I know it's Sir Martin. It's Sir Martin. There it is. Okay, Sir Martin. What are you? One of them was mentioned as a hawk. Hawk. No, fox. I think one of them was mentioned it looked like a fox or a foxhound or something like that. I'm like, it's weird. Okay. Oh, there we go. Right there it says Sir Martin, a fox-like mix between a husky and a coyote. Yeah, that was the word. I'm just like, what does that look like? What? A husky and a coyote? Okay. I'm like, now I'm just like, okay, wait a minute. It's like dog breed husky coyote. Let's see. Is there an actual? I mean, it looks adorable. I love them. They're cuties. Oh, there's a puppy. That's an adorable puppy. All right. Okay. I've got a little bit of Sir Martin. Sir Martin's there. The other one was Sir Cavalier. I think was he a greyhound? Is that the one that was the one that was like a greyhound, right? The slim kind of greyhound. Yes, cool. I remembered it right. It's a greyhound. All right, he's a greyhound. Okay, Brill. All right. Dog breed greyhound to help. Okay. Brill. I got a picture of a greyhound. Excellent. Okay. All right. Let's throw them up real quick. Okay. So let's do a seated position for let's see if I can actually get a greyhound that's in a seated position for reference, because they look like they would look a little different when they sit. Aha, there we go. Seated position. Perfect. Oh, it wasn't too far off. Okay. Oh, it's so weird. If you actually look at a greyhound in the seated position, their butts aren't touching the ground. It's so weird. It's just their legs or their feet, their bottom feet. Oh, that's so weird. That's another fun thing about art, guys. If you actually use it to analyze when you're looking at references and stuff, and you're just like, whoa. There's so many crazy things about anatomy and different species in the world, and it's just look at that. It's so many cool things you can discover. All right. Okay. And then their tail. Their tail's very, very thin tail. The Hounds are absolutely great. Love the Hounds. Absolutely one of the best NPC decisions ever made. Dogs playing poker. I mean, that sounds like a fun little one to do later down the line with all of them. I don't think I'll have time to do everyone. I've only got less than 30 minutes to do, so I think I can get two. I can get two in real quick. They're all good men. That's right. They're good men and women too. We have some amazing women knights Morgaine, Dame Morgaine, one of the very first we ever met. A brilliant NPC. Absolutely love Dame Morgaine. just I beg your pardon, but it's why am I being interrogated when I was comfortably snoozing here at the fire? It's just yeah. Oh, it's like, I beg your pardon, but on what authority am I being questioned when I was just comfortably snoozing here by the fire or something? That's something like that. I think is what the line was. And I loved how later that we found out that they were dogs. They were just reincarnated, Knights of Timony and stuff like that. Because when Thimble did that line where she goes like, "You're not a dog," and we're like, "You are not very perceptive." It's just like it hits so much more. It's so much more intensely funny because of that. Oh, I loved how it just like worked out so cool. Yeah, a koi dog. Nice. Yeah, that's a good name. That's a good way to mix it, says Bishop Corb. I like it. It was a very fun interaction project. Odin, yes, absolutely agree. Leon Tongue was adorable too. Hail, hail, absolutely it was. I can imagine those dogs using Smite or having Paladin auras. I want to see that happen. I want to see the dog Smite. Let me see that Smite. That'd be so badass. Would love it. Let's see. Hey, a question from our doctor. What's your favorite Pokemon type? Oh, my gosh. I don't know. I grew up mostly with the original, and I didn't have a lot. I did Silver and Gold and Ruby and Sapphire and stuff, but then eventually I got so much older and time was like taken from me, and I couldn't enjoy it as much as I like to anymore. So it's so hard to keep up with them. There's so many Pokemon that people have shown me that I'm just like, whoa, look at that, that's so cool. But I'll never remember the designs. But the ones that live with me forever are the ones from the classic. And I can't pick one. I liked Nidoking a lot when I was a kid. I liked Growlithe and Arcanine. Those were great because they were just like big fluffy dogs. And I was just like, oh my gosh, who doesn't want a big fluffy dog? Rapidash also was like, horses. It's like a flaming horse. It's like, oh hell yeah, let me ride on that. But man, I don't know. Asking me a favorite of anything is really hard. I mean, I'll try to give you an answer, but it's one of those things where it's like it barely wins by a little margin because there's so many great things out there, and I love a lot. Like picking a favorite movie, for instance, it's so difficult. And that's a huge Mastiff Hound. Downing that guy on a puddle was also brutal. It says, hail, hail. And yes, it was. Yes, it was. But oh man, was it so good. He said, I challenged him to a duel and he ran. And so, what do you expect? One hound, second hound, get him in. No. I'm thinking we're gonna do this one as slight, like he's gonna look, he's trying to see what he sees, so I think he like a little bit of him like so just quickly get that pose in there as I look at the chat real quick. This would help me because I don't know much about dogs, so I get confused. Yeah, no, me too. I when described at times, Brennan, when he described Dame Morgaine that first time, I was like, when he said Burmese, and I was like, oh, mountain dog, but then he's just like, no, collie, and I'm like, damn it, you changed it. Which one is it? Border collie, mountain Bernese, border collie, mountain Bernese. What is it? What is it, Brennan? Oh, it's just like you can't do this to us. We gotta know. It says Purple Tiger. Ooh, are we getting a Cavalier too? Yes, they are too cute. Sorry, most of this I watch without sound as I work on the call center. That's fine. Oh, then I don't know if he hears my response or they. I don't know if they hear my response, but yeah. There you go. There you go. All right. So it looks like they have a little bit puffy cheeks for this from the ones I'm looking up online. I know, by the way, this is very random. But ever since we were talking about the French language and stuff like that, in my mind, it's very audio based essentially. So it's got a ton of times where sound music and stuff will play in my mind while I'm working. So it's kind of like I listen to music all the time. It's just that no one else can hear it. It's just me. But the one that's been playing on repeat in my head right now is the No Regrets, the French, the very, very, very famous French song. Because I can hear it, but like me, obviously, like hearing it, it's like I'm not obviously remembering the words correctly. I don't know exactly what the words are being said either. I'm just going off of what I think they sound like. So the sounds like is what's playing in my brain right now. But it's just like the no Trellian, no, you know Gretelien. That one's the thing that's just playing in my head. And I think specifically the one that's like playing in my head is the one from Madagascar with the detective, where she was just like, "Attention! I have found the lion. He is hiding in the circus." And every one of her deputies are in the hospital, and so in order to revitalize them, she sings No Regrets and brings them to life, basically brings them back. Not quite liking that face. I think I'm gonna have to fix that. I'm gonna have to quickly try redrawing it. Let's see what happens. Let's tilt him a little bit. All right, questions. I like grass type beasts. You're good. You are injured, Slurp. That's right, Herr Doctor. Ghost types. Ghost types are great. Hail, hail. Absolutely great. Love me a Venusaur. Says hail, hail. Yeah, grass is good. Steel and Argon Steel. Sorry for the Air Doctor. Nice. Atlas 2 says my answer is Mewtwo. Love his design. Great design. Great Pokemon. Absolutely. Hail, hail. The Wall. I love the Wall. Just a big, fat, steely boy capable of flattening everyone with a body press, some iron defenses, and wiping everyone out. Some rest for healing too. Is there a Pokemon that's just called the Wall? Did they literally just like go like, yeah, we're just gonna make it. It's gonna be a wall. Who cares? It's a wall. I love the Hounds so much as a concept. Me too. Lil Sylvest. Me too. I absolutely think Brendan made the best decision by introducing talking hounds as a key NPC for the party. I was like, best decision. And it's just playing in my head. Earwormed it. It's not going away. I just imagine dogs. Except for the Massive and the Foxley. It's just dogs. Everywhere is dog. Hail Hail says, like, ooh, I love my king. Let me walk the path of reincarnation and become a big dog to be by his side because he loves dogs and I love him so much. My loyalty compels me to go back to him. Yep, very much. And I mean, I know it's probably not real in terms of like a theory and stuff like that, but I still deep down have this like going, wouldn't it be cool? Wouldn't it be cool if Gus turned out to be a werewolf? I feel like it would fit him in terms of like so well, because if you imagine like he's the man of the people, he's great, he's everyone loves him, da da da, he's he's a fighter, he's a thing, da da da. But it's like, then how could you have anything against him? How could you have any kind of like qualm or some problem? It's like, well, if there have been like supposed rumors or stories or shit, or maybe like when he quote has lost control, if that's been a thing, that kind of reputation or that like danger that they try to keep secret and whatnot could be very much a potential danger for him as a to his rule. And that could be like a plot device that they would use as a way to kind of say, you know, what could be a way to dethrone the king or to turn people against him, so on and so on. But it also kind of made me think when he said like with dogs and stuff like that, if you go to zoos and locations that have wolves in them and they bring them out, a lot of the times they will have a dog that accompanies them. Usually it's a golden retriever, and they act as basically like the kind of like everything's chill man. They basically make the wolf go, everything's fine. Lots of people, I'd be normally nervous, but because my buddy dog here says it's okay, then everything's okay. So I just kind of imagined the dogs being his support, animals, essentially, like when he's in that kind of stage and he's like having to lock away kind of thing. The hounds are the ones that are there with him in those little like cells or shit like that, and they're basically keeping an eye on him, protecting him, make sure he doesn't hurt anyone, make sure he stays calm, and wait for it to pass. I think that'd be a cool story element. And I mean, like, he's built like a monster. Like, he's huge. He's like a big, burly, like, one could mistake him as a mercenary kind of thing. And I'm like, oh man, like, what if his whole thing, and like he survived an axe wound that clearly should have killed him. It's like, oh, if he was a werewolf when that happened and he was just like, he should have died, but he didn't. It's like, dude, monster. That's why. Let's go. So that's where my brain goes into like theory crafting of like, oh, wouldn't it be cool? Wouldn't it be cool? But yeah. Knights are kind of like dogs. Yeah, there is that kind of, and I mean, who doesn't love an amazing dog? I mean, a good boy and a great girl. They're so good. Love dogs. Dogs are great. Man's best friend. To the end. After that whole rant, my brain is, no, it's still doing it. Like I said, when I listen to music, it's always going to be like on repeat for like an hour. I will just basically have that song or piece of music just like going doot 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 doot, loop loop loop. Another one that I loop a lot is anime openings. And there are some anime openings that I love listening to over and over again. Demon Slayer opening number 1, love that one. That one, like, that's so great. There's a bunch of Naruto ones, Naruto Shippuden ones. Those are also great anime openings that I listen to on repeat a lot of the times. Dog Eagles Night, yeah, nice. They're referring to Argon. Oh, I see. Argon's the wall. Okay. I get it. It's a famous video. Now it makes sense. Yeah. I can totally see that. Okay. God damn it, it's in my head. Golden retrievers are also support animals for cheetahs. Yay! There you go. Support animals for cheetahs. Nice. See? Who could be afraid when you got the biggest, lovable, smiley, golden furred fluff ball there just going like, it's great. my name's, is it Gus? I was trying to remember the up dog, the golden retriever there. Doug. His name is Doug. It's just like, I'm Doug. I love you. Big squirrel. I am Doug. It's like, yep. Doug. Love you, Doug. Doug is best Doug. Ooh, okay. Alright, I think he wouldn't be as tall as the gray. The gray's a little bit taller, probably, but they're not. The Huskies are fairly big, so it's like, you know. I think that's a good size portion between the two of them right there. Okay, we have a little sketch. We got our 2 other hounds that we haven't gotten to add. Now I'll try to see if I can finish them up later too and give them like a nice proper like cleanup and stuff. But you know, and color scheme and everything. Ooh, I'll have to pick the right one for the greyhound. Oh man, I'll have to listen to that episode and see if he actually describes it exactly. More work for me. Kellen Greeneye says, Gus being a werewolf and the Creed persecuting him makes me think of the church and the silver flame in Ebron. Yeah, right? That'd be great. I like it. Hail, hail. Gus as a werewolf would be so awesome, though. It would be. Absolutely would be. Bice puppy. Check that axe. They were going to execute him. Was it a silvered axe? I mean, you know, at the same time, they got rid of the silver thing in the latest edition in 5.5e because I don't know reasons, but could you imagine if the poison that they put inside his drink was a wolfsbane? Like, because Brennan loves leaning into mythology and lore from our world to create so much impact and drama. And what if literally what was in that goblet was just wolfsbane? I mean, that thing in of itself isn't going to necessarily, like, hurt someone, like us people, basically. But imagine it was just like this is the perfect poison for a werewolf. But if anyone else later investigated, like if any of the Arcane Watch came in and just going like, is there any poison in this goblet? No, there's some wolfsbane in there, but that's not really poison kind of thing. It's just like, you know. But that's just the Kellen Green says would just make me like him more. Yep, he already has this grounded Teddy Roosevelt-esque vibe to him that makes him really endearing. He is. Yeah, he does. He absolutely does. Estelle says, "Oh, these doggies, you're doing them such justice." Oh, thank you. I'm so glad to hear. And I think I would want to refine them too, make them look a little nicer and give them a bit more unique character, like facial wise and stuff like that. But yes, I like it. Bishop Corva, depending on the country, kobolds are dog types in Japan, while most other countries had them as dragon lizard folk. Like, yeah. And the Pointy Hat, actually, from one of the YouTube channels as well, great D&D, lore seeker and sharer of all these things knowledge. He did a whole thing where he liked a way to create how kobolds could be both dragons and dogs, where it's like depending on the influence, if a dragon would shape and manipulate them and turn them into the perfect minions and made them into reptiles to reflect them, and that's why you had the 2 different variations. And I'm like, oh yes, I like this a lot. I've already done I love kobolds, by the way, and so does my friend, which as per Scritch, it's kind of obvious, but yes, we have kobolds, tons and tons and tons of kobolds that are drawn, and there's varying species of them. It's like, this is a kobold and what it looks like in a city. This is a kobold and what it looks like near the water. This is a kobold and what it looks like underground. It's like, all these varying kobolds, crazy designs. Love them. This is great. Let's see. Hail, hail. Seriously, maybe that's why he loves dogs so much. Besides being raised by the Kennel Master, right? Unless there's another thing about him being a werewolf. Blood Hunter Gus Swin. Yeah, wouldn't that be cool if he was actually bringing in... If Brennan was just like, I'm going to make him the class that Matt made, and he's going to be that. And I'm just like, ooh, all right. You know, let's do it. But yeah, I mean, wouldn't that be crazy if the Kennel Master, raised by the Kennel Master, what if the Kennel Master was secretly one as well, and he was the source of it, which then eventually became a problem because the Kennel Master also had hounds to keep him at bay and keep him cool and collected during those moments, but then young Gus walked in on him, and oh no, but then the hounds protected him and saved him before the werewolf could get him, and it's like, so lots of ways it could work. Lots of ways. By the way, guys, if it does turn out that he is, I'll be over the moon. I'm going to be screaming that like mad. I'll be like, heck yeah! Gus did have 3 attacks, including a kick when he was unpoisoned. Fighter, ? Possibly. I mean, when it comes to multiple fighting, I don't know if there might be a feat in 5.5 where they have a thing where you can use a bonus action to make a shove attack. Oh, there is. Because I remember creating a character for this. I'm so certain there is. Hold on. Because this is a possibility that could be his thing. Because I remember making a character and I was fiddling around with stuff and I was like, ooh, this is a cool thing to do and I can take this. And I think it was Shield Master specifically because I think that's the one that lets you do it. And it was like, oh my god, yes. Oh, here we go. Shield Master, Shield Bash. If you attack a creature within 5 feet as part of your attack action and hit with a melee weapon, you can immediately bash the target with your shield. Once a crit, force them to make a saving throw and push them back, kind of thing. Brendan's not really making saving throws like that, but you could, in theory, say maybe he was trying to, like, twist that up a bit. If he wanted to, he could say that he was using that one to, quote, push it back. I mean, and then, like, another one is if he chose to, like, somehow mix and match and say, I'm going to give the shield, like, thingy a Warhammer thing, where it's like, if you have a Warhammer mastery, you can do the knockback like Azune, boom, knock him back 10 feet, because there's some crazy combos, by the way, guys. In 5.5, there are so many things that you could technically do that are like, whoa. And, like, I mean, Azune, Luis is, like, already giving us that in spades. Great man. So good, so talented. Let's see. To be fair, Wolfsbane would also kill humans. Oh, well, okay, then never mind. Didn't realize Wolfsbane was poisonous to you. It's like, never mind. Well, thematically speaking, still good. And then it's also used for let's just say it's Wolfbane. Can't go wrong either way. Let's go. But cool. Thank you for sharing that info. I love learning. That's wonderful. Okay, cool. Let's see. Mila says, well, if it makes you feel better, I get music stuck in my head too a lot. My boyfriend tends to give to... My BF tends to against me and sing songs knowing they're... Oh, I see. He basically sings them knowing full well they're going to get stuck in your head. Gotcha. Yeah. Kobolds are cute and murderous. They are indeed. Bishop, a golden retriever as a dragon. Now that would be crazy. Oh, wow. I mean, that's luck dragon. That's literally never-ending story. That's what happens when you mix a golden retriever or like a pale white retriever with a dragon. You get the luck dragon. Not a malicious bone in the body, but kind of dangerous because they're like 80 feet long and really want to play. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like indirect harm. Kelly Green Eye says, not gonna lie, I've taken the concept of the Hounds of Timony as reskinned them somewhat in my campaign. Nice, albeit using falcons. Ooh, to make a group of druidic spies and couriers. Like it. I like it. That's good. I love inspiration from one thing building off of another. People being able to really, like, grow. It's so cool. I'd literally never heard of this theory before, and now you got me completely invested in it already, says Brooklyn and East. I'm like, yeah, there we go. One more into the fold. Let's all find a way to figure out the conspiracies of Brennan's machinations. Tavern Brawler, yep. Oh, yeah. Tavern Brawler, when you hit a creature with an unarmed strike, it's the attack action, you can deal extra damage and push them 5 feet away. You can only use it one per turn. Yeah, that would be part of an attack. So if he definitely had that, but then with the Weapon Masters, you can do a thing where it's like, in my Weapon Master, oh man, I still have yet to analyze everything in 5.5. Gosh, there's crazy cool things. Hail says, Ancient Golden Retriever Dragon will be silly for you, and they breathe puppy breath, deals poison damage, and makes you feel weirdly fuzzy and funny. I mean, honestly, with the dragon breaths being the whole, like, knocking you out and ways to not harm you kind of thing, that would be on brand for them. Like, it's just the way to do it without harming. I dig it. Green, Kellen Green Eye says, the idea behind them was to help root out corruption within the town they're in by working alongside the town watch. Aha, very good. Though I've gone back and forth on whether they be awakened falcons, wild-shaped reincarnated druids, or something else. Lots of cool options, right? And we all speculated, too, when the Hounds were first introduced. I know people were going like, it's a druid. I'm like, no, it can't be a druid. If it was asleep, you can't stay in your shape form while you're asleep, so it can't be druid. Awakened dog? I thought awakened dog at first. And then when he's just like, reincarnated, I'm like, oh shit. Yes. I did not predict that when he said that. And I was like, oh, cool. Love it. Bishop Corvus says, German Shepherd Dragon, a gallery, us locked off from trade because protectiveness. Oh, yes. Kaylin Green Eye, Kobolds are win. One of my best character is a Kobold Mage. Very good. I love it. Yeah, Kobolds, great party members. Great additions to any party. Wise Puppy says, Falcons make sense, weirdly, for city-bound birds. Peregrines can be found in large cities like New York and London. Hey, look at that. I mean, I've seen a hawk here, too. Okay, just to say real quick, because I know I'm running out of time, I just want to say this real quick. I was driving, and yesterday, I took a video of it. I'll probably post it somewhere on, like, Instagram or YouTube and stuff, or Blue Sky or whatever. As I was driving around, I stopped because I saw this big, fluffy, feathered thing on the ground, and I'm like, what the heck are you? I slowly turned, kind of blocking the street badly, couldn't stay that way, but as I was turning and looking, and it started moving, I'm like, that's a chicken. That's a chicken. there's a chicken on the lawn. And there was, I don't know how it got there or who had it or why, but there was a big brown chicken on the front lawn. And by the way, this is like, I'm in suburbia. I'm in the middle of like city, roads, California. You don't cross those roads as a pedestrian, let alone a chicken. So I don't know how that chicken got there. But there was a chicken in someone's lawn. So I'm like, all right. How you got there, I don't know. I hope it's still okay, but found a chicken. Speaking of birds. Bifey says, I've encountered a peregrine falcon in the middle of the urban Quebec city. Nice. Saw it murder a pigeon. Oh, whoa, dang. And perched on a nearby lamppost. Okay, damn. I mean, predator bird, right? That's what they do. Kevin Green Eye. It's not like Discovery Channel Animal Planet, where it's clean one and done it. Yeah, never really, right? I watched this thing beat a dove against the fence for like 20 minutes. Why? Oh my gosh, that's a long time. Puppy says, meanwhile, merlins are a smaller species that's often found in suburbs. Seen them around more than once. I love that name. It's like little wizards. They're little merlins. Look at the merlins go. Love them. In Amarillo. Nice. Red-tailed hawks. So cool. that was the big deal. So I sent of course that to my dad and going like, look what I saw. And then he goes, why'd the chicken cross the road? And I said to him, well, the grass is always greener on the other side. And it was just like, and he was like, hey. And I'm like, hey, dad punning. Woohoo, we're going for it. So, but yeah. Air Doctor says, have you seen Game Overs yet? No, I don't know that. I'll have to quickly look that up on Google real quick. I'll just put it in a Google search so I can look it up more thoroughly. Game Overs. Oh, I've seen art. Like, I've seen pictures, and I've seen this like on YouTube as like a thing. I don't know what it is, but I've seen like images of it, so I know what you're referring to at least. The cat with like the Mega Man gauntlet thing going on. But yeah, okay. I'll look into it more, but I know I've not actually looked into it. Chickens are great. Chickens are fun. My cousin absolutely is terrified of chickens. I don't know how it happened, but she is definitely scared of them. So if you even chicks, baby chicks, that's enough to freak her out. So it's like any time from a little baby to a big hen scares her like nobody's biz. She doesn't want chickens. I love little chicks. Little chicks are so cute. I remember getting blindsided at work because a peacock just appeared out of nowhere and strolled across the street, says Kellen Greeneye. And yep, I remember seeing some peacocks. Like, I think it was in Puerto Rico I saw them, and a few other places. And you just see them walking, they're just going, yeah, yeah. That's their like noise that they make. It's very like everyone can recognize a kookaburra and you can recognize a peacock. Those two like instant like aha. I know what that bird is. Bite Puppy says, being an avid bird watcher, I get to see a whole lot of species you wouldn't expect to see in urban suburban areas. Very cool, and I like it. I mean, I love it. Nature's all around us, and we don't even realize it, but it's so cool. Oh, it's a glitch show. Oh, then it's bound to be really good, right? Okay, cool. Nice. Very good, very good. I would love to keep reading the questions. I really would, but I do know that we'll have to start wrapping up. So just to say real quick, thank you guys for coming by. I'm so glad you stuck around for us to sketch out some of these fun little critters. I'll put the sketches up as well, and then I'll probably work on them some more and two down the line. But for now, at least, I'll be wrapping things up. I'll be getting things sorted here, and I know that in the next it's going to be a little less than 30 minutes from now, like 26 minutes. Darrington Press, the Critical Role's created company and group, is going to be having their birthday celebration stream that's happening. I know I'll be jumping in over there so I can watch and hang out and also enjoy and see what they've got in store for us. But other than that, I'm so glad you guys could stop by. Tomorrow, of course, we have our Critical Role return convergence. Yay! We're going to see what happens, and we're going to see what we're going to do with that. But in the meantime, I hope you all have a splendid day. If you are in the next stream, I'll see you there. If not, no worries. I'm sure I'll catch you again sometime again. Thanks for stopping by. Like words, great words. Thanks for stopping by, and I really hope you come by again soon. Till then, take care, everybody. See you around.